Welcome to Trust the Podcast. My name is Jonah, along with my co-host Noah. Today we are talking some MLB All-Star, and a certain article was published about one of our favorite players that we're going to be discussing.
One
And
of
then,
my favorite players. I mean, I don't want to speak
come
for
on,
yourself.
man. And then we're going to be talking about our top 25 current professional athletes in the major four sports.
For tens of years, Philadelphia has been making the wrong sports decisions until one man came into the league with three words that changed the course of history.
Trust the process.
You can
Interesting list.
tell, yes, our list will probably not be very similar because it's a very subjective ranking,
Yep.
but I'm sure we both feel very passionate about our list.
I would go to the end of the earth to defend my list.
And I think that you can tell by what we're talking about that we are in July
Yes.
and not the good part of July either.
What would you say is the good part of July?
I guess the earlier you are in July, the better. The
I don't
worst
know.
time in
The
sports.
last day of July is the trade deadline. That's pretty important.
Yeah, I think like the worst day in sports is August 1st
Yeah.
because like you have
It's right
nothing.
before preseason, right
Yeah.
after the trade deadline.
There's no basketball, no hockey. Those are still far enough away that like, and the off season's already dead by then. Like,
You
it's just
can't even really start your fantasy football drafts then either 'cause it's too early.
yeah, no, like you can't even start prepping, which I will not be doing as it is a time honored strategy.
And you will once again be very lucky because prepping for fantasy football is very important.
No, it's not. How many championships do you have? Zero. That's what I thought.
Not in the league that you're in, but in my other leagues, I am multiple time champion. You're just gonna have to take my word for it on that one.
I don't believe you. Okay,
Okay.
let's start.
Well,
Um,
so speaking of our favorite players, because we were talking about that article, but Kyle Schwarber won All-Star Game MVP in the MLB. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
yeah, I think it's cool. I didn't really love it because it sort of felt like a gimmick, but I
He
guess
won them the game. Like I understand if you're saying that it should have been someone who performed in the actual game, but after 9 innings, the game was tied. So you can't really say that anything that happened in the actual game won the NL the game, other than Schwarber's 3 for 3 in the swing off.
yeah, I understand that. I just think that it just sort of feels like if I'm not even know if someone scores the winning goal in a penalty shootout in hockey or soccer, they don't get like the finals MVP.
Because
Like,
there is no shootout in hockey
well, yeah,
playoff.
sorry, I know. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
more for soccer. Like, if you make the last penalty kick, you don't normally or you don't win like the golden you don't win like the golden ball. Like, it just that's not how it works.
I guess. I don't know. I don't think that. I mean, I don't like Pete Alonso. I don't want him to win
No,
the
I'm
All-Star
100%.
Game MVP. So maybe we're a little biased here, but I don't think that anybody deserved it more than the guy who put the team on his back when it counted.
I guess there's something to that. I just sort of viewed the swing off as if like the game was already over, and this was just like a fun way to make sure because no one likes ties in the United States, so it's just a fun way to make sure that didn't happen. But yeah, I didn't really view it as part of the actual game. I viewed it as more of just like for fun and to crown a winner.
I understand that. So you would have given it to Alonso.
Probably. I mean. Under that is under my own assumption that I didn't really count as part of the real game. I'm not necessarily against giving it to any AL player, but I thought Pete Alonso was probably just the best player in the game. So
He
he,
did hit a 3-run home run, but so did Brent Rooker.
yeah, I guess it's sort of hard to judge in that case. If I'm saying that the swing off didn't really count as part of the real game, does the NL guaranteed to get the MVP then? I guess
That's
not.
true. Yeah, I guess it would be a tie. So then maybe, I mean, Stephen Kwan had the game tying hit.
There's that. I mean, I guess that opens up a whole nother rabbit hole. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. I just found it to sort of like diminish the quality of the game a little bit, or like the respect of the game.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about the quality or the respect
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
All-Star game. I think the swing off was awesome, and I wanted to see Kyle Schwarber absolutely demolish some baseballs into the chop house, and he did that. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that given it's an All-Star game is fine. I think it's still probably the second best All-Star game in sports right now.
Behind,
Hockey for the
that's
four
not really an
nations.
All-Star game. That's the Four Nations.
I guess so. I mean, maybe I don't have a memorable opinion. I remember a memorable memory of the hockey All-Star game before this year, so I can't really speak to its competitiveness.
It's
But
not really competitive. I mean, it was 3-on-3. And
oh
the final score, and it was a tournament. It was Metro versus
yeah, I knew they used to do
yeah.
that.
So that's cool. I like
Yeah,
that. But I think the baseball All-Star game is the best because it really gives every All-Star the opportunity to showcase in like a one-on-one scenario. Like Kyle Schwarber didn't start the game, but he won MVP. Pete Alonso didn't start the
yeah,
game, but he hit a three-run home run. I think
yeah.
that's cool. Um, the basketball is the worst. That's all I know.
I
Or
think
Pro Bowl.
football's the worst.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl stinks.
At least the basketball players play a real game instead
Yeah,
of.
I guess.
But I think the basketball is moving in the right direction with USA versus the world.
Agreed. I think World would destroy them though.
I disagree. I think you'd be surprised by the world's lack of depth once you get past the stars.
But I guess, yeah, Jokic, Luka, and SGA is
Well,
pretty
Wemby too,
pretty hard to. Yeah, and Wemby. It's pretty hard to
and
get past.
And also Giannis.
Giannis. Yep, yep.
But then like you go past that, and like your sixth man too, Gobert. Like
Don't scoff at Rudy Gobert. He's a good player.
he's not great
He's
though.
not guarding Embiid, but he's a good player.
No, but like the USA sixth man would be like Donovan Mitchell, and there's just a
Yeah,
difference there. But
yeah. I think that would be cool. Obviously, NFL can't do that,
yeah.
but there's really no way to fix the Pro Bowl other than playing a real game, and nobody wants to do that because injury risk. So I think they just have to completely embrace that it's just dumb, and they just get rid of the game and they do wide receiver one-on-ones with DBs. I think that's what they have to do.
Well, I think they already sort of have gone that direction with the Pro Bowl games and all the
Yeah,
games and
it's the
stuff
best part of
being
the Pro Bowl.
expanded. But I don't know. I think the players are being paid too much to care, and like they're not going to risk injury to actually try.
And also, nobody really wants it at the end of the season, I don't think, but also in the middle
Yeah.
of the season, no one's going to take time out of their like schedule to head down to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl game. I mean, it's not in Hawaii anymore, but
Hmm.
used to be. Um, I think that the NFL is just not really a league that can have an all-star game in the way that the others can, because they only play 17 games and the others play 82 and 162. So,
Yeah, I wonder if the end solution is to even do away with these like stupid games and just announce the Pro Bowl as a like honor, like something you can put on like your resume or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And like if you want to do some sort of exhibition, it doesn't have to be the best players. You can just sort of like do something fun. I don't know.
Yeah, like maybe like a Rising Stars game, so
Yeah.
something where like the people would actually play. Like, there's no way that I don't know, like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are going to take time out of their schedule to head down to the Pro Bowl game
Yeah. You can do
when,
like
like, yeah,
you can do rookie contracts only. You can
yeah.
only
I think
let
it'd
that
be
show
I think
on
it'd
your
be
rookie contract.
interesting because there were three guys in the Home Run Derby this year where the Home Run Derby money, like that they would have won, would have been like about equal to their salary,
How much do you win?
$1 million.
What was it
It was
again?
Caminero,
Yeah.
O'Neal
You
Cruz, and James Wood.
Was Canamera the one who lost on the tiebreaker?
No, he made the finals and lost to Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, was that the one who was decided by like 3 inches? Like who hit the
That
longest
was
home?
Rooker. Yeah.
Oh, that was right. That was so stupid.
They should have done a swing off. Three swings, whoever hits the most wins
Yeah, I
between
think
Raleigh and
that
Rooker.
I think the like expansion of like exit velocity and like StatCast has sort of diminished the home run derby.
The Derby's really cool. And I think the swing off that happened in the All-Star
Hmm.
game showed that the best formula for a home run derby is no set amount of pitches, only a set amount of swings. I think that's just the best.
I agree with that. I think it's leaving too much out of the batter's hands if you do pitches versus even though it's like batting practice
Yeah.
pitches, still like you take a couple of swings, or even what would be really cool if they did like a like sudden death swing off, like you don't hit a home run and the other person does, you lose. Like
Yeah, that'd be cool, but you don't have to swing at every pitch. Yeah.
exactly, like you get one shot. But I mean, in the at the end of the day, there's no perfect solution to any of these All-Star games. The NHL clearly found a temporary 1 year solution that worked really well. But I think even if they did that every year, it wouldn't go over so well.
I think I agree because what about the people from other countries? Leon
Yeah.
Draisaitl's German. He's one of the best players in the NHL. He doesn't get to play in that.
I think my idea is it probably would not be fair, but do you think there's any way they could do like North America versus the world, or would that just not be fair?
I think North America would probably destroy,
That's what I
but
was thinking.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Russia is not in the Four Nations for reasons, but
Yeah. But
I think
that way you could include the Russian
you would
players.
have to include Russia for them to even stand a chance.
More like the world. So I figured if you said like Europe, you could still exclude people. I feel like it gives the best shot for the
Yeah,
Europeans. And
that would be interesting.
yeah. Okay, so moving on. We had a very interesting article written about Joel Embiid. I think it was titled Joel Embiid Sees You inside the most important offseason of his life.
Yes.
And I think it's very important that we discuss this because in an era where sports journalism feels like it's dying out for hot take media, it's good to still see journalism like this. Let's hear your thoughts.
It gave incredible insight about what Joel Embiid is actually going through because when you're watching a game, you separate the person from the game. And
Yeah.
what this article does is it reattaches the person to the game. And I think that's really important. I think honestly, I feel like I knew a lot of stuff that was happening with Joel Embiid because I always defended Joel Embiid. So I think a Joel Embiid defender isn't really what?
I mean,
You're
first
the
of all,
biggest Joel Embiid defender in the world, but I am on the spectrum from hating Joel Embiid to liking Joel Embiid. I'm pretty far on this side.
I don't know. I think I am obviously one of the most staunch defenders of Joel Embiid. Like I think that I mean we know plenty of people who are much worse than you. I don't think you're that bad. I think that you're not like I feel like you're more in like I'd say like the like 2/3 side
Yeah, that's what I'm
of
saying. I'm towards
yeah.
the side of defending Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Okay. Joel Embiid defenders, I don't think would be as surprised by some of this stuff as Joel Embiid haters because he said something that was like if he just sat through the regular season not giving everything and then became himself in the playoffs, he would be seen as a completely different narrative. And his characterization of being lazy and a choker only comes because he's so good in the regular season that his playoff performances, which are also good, don't stand out as much just because he's so amazing all the time.
Yeah, I think that it really just made everyone who's hating on Joel Embiid look stupid.
Yeah.
Like I think that there's a narrative going around that he's not tough, which is like he's like a soft player, which is one of the stupidest narratives I've ever heard going on Philadelphia sports media. Because say like he gets hurt a fair amount, it is what it is. But the fact that he has like fractured his face multiple times, played through it. You see the Nick Batum quote about his knee, like he doesn't get how
Yeah.
he could walk, yet he's playing in the NBA playoffs. I think that it is truly like amazing the stuff he goes through. And on the mental side of it too, like him losing his brother, like right after, who I hadn't seen in 3 years, right after getting to the NBA, was honestly amazing that he didn't just like quit then. Like, I 99% of people would have just given up at that point, especially with the injuries he's already facing in the beginning of his career.
He is an absolute warrior, and I think that when you really look closely at Embiid and you see how much he's played through injuries and you see how actually tough he is, you would understand this, but this article just lays it out, and I'm really glad that it was written to show the world, not just the people who are examining his career under a microscope, how like what kind of person he is. Not even what kind of player, also like
Yeah.
his character.
I also think it's sort of shed light on what I've known and what a lot of Philly people have probably known, not to the extent, but a lot of people national wouldn't know that the Sixers are one of the most dysfunctional organizations in
Yeah.
sports. You just don't see it. I mean, especially like now it's stabled out a little bit. Like Josh Harris is the bad owner. Everyone accepts that. Daryl Morey is probably not that great. Neither is Nick Nurse, but at least they're competent versus back when Joel Embiid first got drafted, Sam Hinkie, who it seemed like Joel Embiid really liked, got more or less blackmailed out of the organization. And then you had the burner phone scandal with Colangelo, and Colangelo was a mess. And I mean, I guess Elton Brand's still there, but I mean,
We're not going to talk about
not
that.
about talking about that because he's currently with the organization, and Brett Brown being the GM for a summer was horrendous. I think that sneakily under the cover of the fact that they are still relevant to some degree is amazing to me by how bad they mismanaged Embiid, how quickly they've given up on every single second star, third star he's ever had, and like what he had to deal with two of his supposed star potential teammates in Fulton Simmons both having mental issues and being like off the team because of it more or less. It is amazing like what he has gone through, what the team has gone through, and he's still Joel Embiid hasn't asked for a trade ever. He's still here. He's still loyal. I mean, his longest tenured teammate is Furkan Korkmaz.
That's
He,
ridiculous.
yeah, they. It seems to be a terribly mismanaged opportunity for one of the most skilled players of the 21st century.
Yep, this article shows how incredibly disciplined he is, and I know they'll say that he loves McDonald's too much, but whatever.
Yeah.
His mental like discipline is unreal to have lost his brother and kept going, to have had all of these injuries and kept going, to have had this whole scandal about a snitch in the locker room and kept going.
Eric Gordon.
I don't know. I'm not sure who it was.
It's Eric Gordon.
I might be Kelly Oubre. We're not going to talk about that. I think just to have all of this horrible bad luck happen to him and keep going is really a testament to what kind of person he is, what kind of player he is, and I think he might not, he should go down as one of the greatest, if not NBA players, Philly athletes of all time.
Like even among Sixers players, I mean, you look at it. I mean, could you make the argument that already, even if you retired today, he's the third greatest Sixer of all time?
I mean, are we talking Hal Greer here? Come on, back off. No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No. Yes, he is.
I think that Charles Barkley left. Wilt wasn't here for that long, and I think that like after AI and Irving, who could you argue is better than Embiid?
The only one is Barkley, I think.
And he left us. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in the prime of his career, I guess we were very incompetent back then, but it's still like Joel Embiid has with the Sixers through about five knee surgeries, 5 foot surgeries, 5 hip surgeries, a couple broken faces, so like getting his face paralyzed a few times. I mean, it is a testament to his like will and his loyalty that he won't leave like the Philly and he like loves it here and he like keeps on working for the fans. And I was honestly disgusted by the way the fan base turned on him so fast. Like a large portion of Philadelphia Sixers fans want him traded, which is
Yeah,
absurd to me. Like I don't care what happens. He's retiring as a Sixer. I
he
don't
will.
care. I don't care if we never make it out of I don't know. If we never get to the Eastern Conference Finals, he is staying as Sixer for life.
because that's the kind of person he is, and that's what this article
Yes.
shows. And I saw something, I don't know where it came from or who it was, but it was some media person in Philadelphia who said that this article was made as like pandering for people, like an agenda to try to get Joel Embiid. And I think that's
Was this
horrible.
97.5 or
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good. It
It,
was
it, it
97.5.
was it was that is just a terrible take because what agenda would that be fitting? Joel Embiid doesn't have an agenda. He's the person who everyone turned on. He's the only NBA player who has like no PR. Like,
Yeah.
what
Negative,
agenda
like
is
other
that
than like
that thing?
Jason Tatum, like he is the worst PR in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. But like, what agenda would that be? Like, this is something that Embiid deserved for all of the crap that he had to go through.
Yeah, I feel like especially on sports radio, it's an Eagles-based station, and they're used to having Howie Roseman as the GM, Jeffrey Lurie as the owner, and it being like a very competent organization where they give the players the best chance to succeed.
Yep.
Like the Sixers organization wouldn't told him be lazy and wouldn't listen to him saying that his foot's not healing and say that like wouldn't let him get a second surgery for like months. That just doesn't happen with the Eagles or even the Phillies or anyone else. I think that people need to recognize how bad the situation was.
Yep. The one part of the article that really stuck out to me was when he was talking with like his doctor or physical therapist. I don't remember who it was,
Mhm.
and she basically told him that it was like okay to take a break, and he just
Yeah.
kept going. His determination is off the charts, and I'm just really glad this article was written because it sheds light on this whole situation. It sheds light on how terrible of an organization the Sixers are right now, and it sheds light on how great of a guy Joel Embiid is, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, I think that on a side note, that's probably the best written sports article I've ever
Oh
read.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Not
I think that guy deserves a like I don't know what the journalism award's called, but whatever it is, give it to that
the
guy.
written version of a sports Emmy.
Yeah, because that is truly like exceptional journalism. Because like you can see in the article, Joel Embiid does not trust many people. The
No.
fact that he let that guy get so close and get so much information shows like journalism skill on another level. I just hope ESPN keeps him around, even though
Yeah,
the
I
stuff's
that
not
that was like his
clickbaity enough.
magnum opus. Like
Yeah.
it was unreal journalism.
I'm sure that took like a whole year to write.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
Wow. It moved me.
On another side note, do you think we will ever find out who the leak was?
No. I think it's Eric Gordon or Kelly Oubre.
I don't know why it would be Kelly Oubre. It makes so much sense. It's Eric Gordon. Or sneakily, it could be Andre Drummond. But I think Andre Drummond likes Joel Embiid, so I don't think
I don't know.
would be him.
I don't really need to know. Honestly, I don't really want to
I
know.
I need to know. Like we need to get this person on the banned list.
Just just move on, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the Sixers have the ability to be a pretty good team this year, and I think move on.
Mhm. Real question is, do you think they're better with or without Paul George?
What, the Sixers?
Yeah.
With. I haven't.
Yeah, I think that while I don't like him very much, I don't think he's been a burden to the team for the most part. He still provides pretty good defense. Like if his jump shot's a little bit better, he's his good length. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mind having him around. I still think when healthy, he's probably still a little bit better than Tobias Harris is, and a little bit better
Yeah.
of a fit. So that's fine.
I don't like either of them, but I think I prefer Paul George.
I mean, Tobias Harris he did his role. Not his fault that Elton Brand gave him $35 million a year. Okay, so on to the main topic of the podcast.
Yes,
We
yes.
are going to be ranking our top 25 athletes in all sports right now. We're going to go with only the four most popular American sports, so no soccer and
Good.
no other sports. It's a different story for
Before we start, how many Philadelphia athletes do you have?
I'll check. Let me check real quick. I think it's only one.
I've got one. Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious who that one is, but
Okay, we can just say it. It's Fred Johnson. He's not
Yeah.
even. Oh, wait, he's not even on the Eagles anymore. What?
No, it's Justin Edwards. So
Oh
what
yeah,
are we even
yeah, yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Okay. Should we
It's
start?
Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Should we start with 25 through 21?
Sure,
You can go
I'll
first.
go first. 25, defenseman, Vancouver Canucks, Quinn Hughes.
Did not have him on my list.
He's absolutely unreal. Second best defenseman in the NHL, behind someone I have later that I think we're all thinking of if we watch the NHL. He's fantastic. Sucks that he's on the Canucks because they're a horrible organization, but he's really good. 24, Anthony Edwards.
Okay. He's on my list.
Uh, Borderline top five player in the NBA right now. That's all
Yeah,
I
I
got.
think that I consider him top five if Tatum's out of the picture, but yeah.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
23, Miles Garrett. Best edge
Okay.
rusher in the NFL. Borderline best defensive player in the did I say NHL? NFL.
NFL. Yeah.
Borderline best defensive player in the NFL. There were rumors of him coming to the Eagles. I wouldn't want that just because the Eagles need cap space to sign their more important players, but he's an absolute animal.
Yeah.
Miles Garrett, 23.
Mhm.
22, Austin Matthews, another NHL
Okay.
player. Really, really good. Um, no, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the best centers you can have in the NHL. Great goal scorer. It'll be interesting to see how he does without Mitch Marner in this upcoming year. I think he is he wobbles between overrated and underrated depending on the year. I think in his prime, well, he's still in his prime, but I think when he was scoring 60 goals a year, he was a little bit overrated. Now I think he might actually be a little bit underrated.
I think the lack of playoff success is really tough on his resume.
Well, he's on the Toronto Maple Leafs. What can you do?
Yeah.
And 21, I have Jason Tatum.
Okay. So I'll start with my first five. I have Steph Curry at 25.
Did not make my list.
I have Buck at 24.
Did not make my list either, but MVP, so he deserves it.
Yeah, I have Austin Matthews at 23. Pete Crow Armstrong at 22.
He did not make my list.
And
Really, really
Ant
good, but
and Ant at 21. So that's my bottom five.
you want to give any explanations for?
Yeah, so I view Ant as better than Steph. I figured that would be a
I
little
also do,
for
yes.
some people, but I mean, like, take off the goggles for a second and look at what Steph did this year. His numbers were a little bit down. The team wasn't so good. I think that, I mean, I guess they still won a playoff series, so there's still that.
Somehow.
But what?
Somehow.
Somehow, yeah. I mean, I don't think the Rockets were too young to be in that spot. I think that next year the Rockets win that series. I think we've officially passed Steph Curry's prime. I think, or at least like we're starting to near his. I think his decline has officially started. I mean,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
last year he still looked really good, but I think
Oh,
we're
yeah, he's
past
Steph
that
Curry. He's
point.
gonna look pretty good.
Yeah, Hellebuck MVP, pretty straightforward. I felt like I couldn't leave off the MVP for any of the leagues really on this list. But
I did. Hellebuck was the best player on the best regular season team in the NHL
yeah.
last year.
And
So we completely understand having him on.
yeah, I think 24 is a safe spot for him. I don't think he deserves to be much higher than that. I think I'll need to see if he wins MVP next year, then we're in serious conversations for where he should be on this list. But 24 is a good spot for him. Austin Matthews, similar spot to you. He's just a really good player. He's a top five player in the NHL. Like he obviously, I think he is.
I have him six.
Okay. Well, still, I have him five. I probably left someone off the list I shouldn't have because I don't know hockey as well as Jonah does. But
This guy's definitely got no defensemen on his list.
uh so I have I think he's a really good goal scorer. He's just stuck on the wrong team. I would hope he doesn't play his whole career there and can get out
Yeah.
somewhere else, but I doubt that. He's so important to the Maple Leafs. I don't know.
Absolute nasty shot.
Yeah, and then 22, I got Pete Crow Armstrong. I mean, I probably gave him the recency bias a little bit too much and gave it to him over players who probably deserve it more. But I just liked what he was doing this season. I think he deserves a spot in here. I think he's probably second or third. I think probably second in the
Yeah.
NL
If
MVP
Shohei didn't
race.
exist,
Yeah,
he's runaway
exactly. Like
favorite.
if
Yeah.
Shohei was still on the Angels, he would be the NL MVP this year. I think that we have to give some recognition to. I think he's like really good. I think he's still really young too. So there's
Yeah,
that.
five tool player as well, so that always helps.
Yeah. I don't think five tool players is a real thing, but that's a
I do.
different story.
I think that's a very real thing.
Moneyball made me not think that, but 21 Ant, he is, I think I have him at the as the fifth or sixth best NBA player. The Timberwolves keep on making it to the Western Conference Finals. Ant's gonna stay in that spot. I mean, the Timberwolves just seem like they're either like if they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be in the NBA Finals, and because they're not, they're in the Western Conference Finals. They're a good team. They're not a great team. He's the best player by far. The supporting cast is mediocre, but there's that. Yeah.
I don't think I really ever appreciated Anthony Edwards as much as I should have until I saw him in person.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's probably like a top 10 player in the league, probably. And then I watched him in person. I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna be the best player in the league one day.
Yeah, I think he's even though he's probably not the best suited for it, he's probably gonna be the face of American basketball for a long time, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Okay, do you want to do your 20 through 16?
sure. 20. Patrick Surtain the second.
He was my first guy I left off.
He's far and away best cornerback in the NFL. One
Hmm.
defensive player of the year. I think it should have been Bond, but I can't have Bond on here because he only had one great season. PS2 has been locking everyone down since he got in the league. 19 Tarek Skubal, only pitcher other than Shohei Ohtani that I will have on my list. Best pitcher in the MLB, will win his second Cy Young in a row.
Hmm.
18, another NFL player, Jamar Chase. Could have
Hmm.
won Offensive Player of the Year in any other year.
Yeah.
17, back to hockey, Nikita Kucherov, easily the best winger in the NFL. I keep mixing up leagues. In the NHL, uh, dominant, just led the league in points. And 16, I have Bobby Witt Jr.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I did not put Witt or Kucherov on my list.
Wow, okay.
I considered Witt over PCA. I was gonna give him I was gonna give one more baseball spot. I chose PCA. I thought he was having a little bit better of a year, and I liked his. I feel like Bobby Witt's is a bigger name. Like he was a bigger prospect coming up, bigger name. I think that if you go like advanced stats and stuff, PCA might be a little bit better, but
Yeah, this year
it,
for sure. But I
it's
think
definitely
Bobby Witt.
it's
I,
like an eye judgment there. Like it depends on who you like better, what you like to see. So that was my thought. And Kucherov, I don't know. I felt that I was only gonna have one playoff disappointing player on here, and I chose Austin Matthews.
Kucherov's got two cups.
But this year he was disappointing. So
Yeah, I guess. Well, he ran into a machine in the Panthers.
the fact that the Panthers were that low of a seed continues to shock me, but that's a different story.
Speaking of Panthers, I
Yeah,
could have had Barkov on here, but I decided against it. Cup
yeah, I don't
nomination.
know. I'll be honest. I don't know as much about hockey as probably should. So there's probably some of that on this list. I have the least hockey players, but I think that my next five will sort of speak for themselves. At 20, I have Leon Draisaitl.
Okay, okay. A
At
little
19,
low in my opinion, but he's incredible. So,
at 19, I have Jason Tatum.
okay.
At 18, I have Miles Garrett. At 17, I have Cal Raleigh. And at 16, I have Nathan McKinnon.
Okay. I think that is all well and good. I did not put Cal Raleigh on my list.
Really?
Maybe I should have, but I think that this might just be just an insane year for him. I give the benefit of the doubt to Bobby Witt, who
He could hit like 55 home runs though. Like,
I mean, yeah, but he's not a better player than Bobby Witt right now, and I don't think he's a better player than Tarek Skubal.
no.
And Tarek Skubal is the latest baseball player that I have on my list.
I do have Tarek Ubu on my list. I'm just like making sure you know that. And I view him. I think he's awesome.
He is awesome. Yeah.
I think that he, other than Judge, is probably the best power hitter in the MLB right now. I don't know how to go around. I can't believe you. I'm sort of surprised you left him off the list. Like he's probably the second best player in the American League this year, according to me. And I think that
Yes, he is this year.
Yeah, you we said currently. I think
Yeah,
that
but current doesn't always mean exactly right now. It means like I mean current Cal Raleigh could have been like third, but
I guess so.
like right now of players in the league, if you told me like pick one player, I would pick Bobby Witt over Cal Raleigh.
I guess yeah, if you say we're playing a game tomorrow, I'm still taking Cal Raleigh, but I think he's
It's preference, I think.
yeah, I think also p position wise, I think you there's more shortstop depth in the majors than there is catcher depth. Especially once you can hit like Raleigh can. So
I need to
that I
see a
am
little bit more
really
from Cal Raleigh. We've really only seen, I mean, he was a Platinum Glove winner last year, but we've only really seen a half a year of insane slugging. So
yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I
So
understand it though.
yeah, so top 15 now.
Sure. 15, Luka Doncic.
Okay.
What do I need to say about Luka Doncic? He's all right at basketball, I think.
Yeah, I was what I was most impressed by. You'll see where I have Luca. His stats basically didn't change from the Lakers to the Mavs or Mavs to the Lakers. So he showed his consistency even when playing with a better team in some ways. So I
I
thought that
think
was
we're getting MVP Luka this year. I think it's finally gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen.
Come on.
Not gonna happen.
All right. 14, Kel McCarr. Unreal defenseman, plays great offense, one of the best skaters in the NHL. Gotta be on here. I have him at 14. 13, Ronald Acuna Jr. Absolutely unreal. Like I would understand if you didn't have him on the list, but I would put him this high. I think he's just insane.
I don't think, my opinion, his injuries have sort of left me with a little bit to be desired.
That's what I'm saying. I would understand not having him on here, but I would much more like a list that did have him on here. In my opinion, he's the third best player in the MLB.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it was. I think this list was so broad that like injuries. I didn't really know how to work around Tatum. I consider because Tatum played up until when he got like he was in the playoffs. I consider that fine, but Acuna just hasn't been consistently healthy in years. So I don't know. I can't. I need to see a little bit more from him.
And that's why it's understandable. I just think his peak is so good. He
Yeah,
hit a
I agree with that.
40-70 season. That's insane.
I mean, if he finishes out this year healthy, if we remake this list in a few months, he's probably in my top 15.
Okay. 12, I have Justin Jefferson, my number one wide receiver in the league. I ranked him a little while back on Instagram.
Mhm.
He's unreal. And number 11, I have Leon Draisaitl.
Okay, so my 15 through 11, I have Jamar Chase at 15.
Okay.
I have Justin Jefferson at 14. I have Scooble at 13. I have Luca at 12, and I have TJ Watt at 11.
Did not put TJ Watt on my list. That's interesting.
Really?
So you prefer him to Miles Garrett?
Yeah,
Okay, I go Miles Garrett. That's
I think
it.
he's the best defensive player in the NFL right now. And
I go PS2.
really, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just
I
feel
think corner
like
is super undervalued. I think corner is more important than edge rusher.
I strongly disagree. I think that I mean I think obviously there are two most important positions on defense. I think that's pretty clear. But I think if you offer me a good edge rusher, I prefer them any day of the week.
All right.
So yeah, I think that the sacks factor is probably number one for me. I mean
Okay,
Watt
that's fair.
Watt just sacks the most quarterbacks. At the end of the day, that's the defining stat. It's hard to compare defensive ends to cornerbacks, but I think how many defensive player of the year does CJ Watt have? Two, if not more.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think it's
Garrett
two.
has one. I think Watt has one or two.
I think he has two. Or does Parsons have one?
No,
No, okay. So whatever it is, he is. I mean, Sertan shouldn't have one. I mean,
should have been Vaughn. Yeah.
he should have gone. Clearly, I think it was just like a name bias, but
Yep.
is what it is. I think that I prefer edge rushers. J.J. Watt's the best edge rusher in the league. He's the best defensive player in the league. That's why he's number 11 for me.
Okay.
So
Understandable.
let's move on to the top 10.
Okay. Do you want to go one by one for this?
Let's go two by two,
Sure.
just
Number
for
10,
okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You're number nine.
Lamar Jackson.
My number 10 was Josh Allen,
Okay.
and my number 10 was SGA.
Okay.
Wait, do you
So
not have SGA on your list?
what
Wait,
if
what?
what if he's coming up?
Oh, okay, and he's just too high. But
Yeah.
so
So who did you have at 10?
Josh Allen.
And 9 is SGA?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I have SGA higher.
Yeah, so Josh Allen, I think I have him at quarterback three. I mean, I think that's the debate for a different episode, but
It is a debate for a different episode.
could possibly happen in the near future.
We are deep in the off season, so
We are very deep in the
and we
off.
have very different opinions about quarterbacks, as you will see. But
Yes. I think that Josh Allen got a pity MVP this year. I mean, both the players, my 9, 10, both got fake MVPs. Only have Mickey Mouse MVPs, and I think that I don't value that highly. I just think that Allen, like people say that, like people dig on Lamar for being a playoff choker. Allen doesn't really do much better against Mahomes. He just happens to face him in later rounds. Like, I mean, I think that they both sort of got unlucky against Mahomes, and I just think Lamar's a better quarterback. That's why I have Allen here and Lamar a little bit higher. And I think the supporting casts are negligibly different. Like, I don't think there's not really anything there. And I think that SGA at 9, fake MVP, obviously just won a title. I don't want to call it a Mickey Mouse title. I'll call it a like Donald Duck title. I mean, it's not completely asterisk, but they were losing game 7. They were going to lose. And they happened to play the Pacers, which nothing against the Pacers, but I don't see like if they played the Celtics last year, they get smoked. I
sure.
mean, I don't know.
They had a dominant regular season, but not a dominant playoffs.
Yeah, they were not dominant. Went to 2 game 7s. They were really dominant in the other 2 rounds, but I think that like Jokic almost single-handedly beat that Thunder team. And like in the NFL, we sort of fault Jalen Hurts for being on a super team. Why don't we fault SGA for the same thing? Like,
True.
I mean, if you put Luca in that situation, they're still winning a title. I just think that's true.
Okay, that's fair.
I still think he's a better player than Luka, but I don't think the difference is that big, and I think that I just personally don't like his foul baiting tactics. So
So I have Giannis at 10. I think he's the third best player in the NBA. Obviously, really, really good. Um, Playoff success, it really isn't his fault that they haven't won since 2021.
I mean, and he still has a ring. So
He does have a ring, and I'm not discounting the ring, but you said Nikita Kucherov was a playoff choker earlier, and he is
yeah,
too.
I know.
So
I was more of a joke, but
Giannis, I honestly, I think SGA is better right now.
I think you're wrong. And so
And and what did you say?
should we just get the 8 and 7 because
Oh,
my
I
eight?
was gonna say I have Lamar at 9 because I prefer Josh Allen.
Why?
I'll get there.
Okay, well my 8 is Lamar and my 7's Giannis, so that's
Okay.
now we're
So we kind of flipped
settled
up.
there.
My 8 is Nathan McKinnon, and my 7 is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay. Um, yeah, so obviously you have Josh Allen a fair amount higher than me. I think it's all preference at the end of the day. I mean, it's two quarterbacks who both have an MVP, who are both great regular season quarterbacks and great playoff quarterbacks against everyone except Patrick Mahomes. So,
That's not true.
I
Lamar is
mean,
not a great
yeah,
quarterback against everyone except Patrick Mahomes. Lamar lost to the Titans.
yeah, okay, that's true. But that was the team around him was so bad. Yeah, so obviously, yes, Allen's performance has been a little bit better than Lamar, but I don't think it matters that much, except unless you either get to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl, which neither of them have done. And I think that if Lamar's been the better quarterback, like outside of the divisional round, and Allen's never made it past the next round, and neither is Lamar. Like they both made it to a conference championship game, and they both lost. I don't know. I just don't.
I will give my reply to that when I get to Josh Allen on my list. But I've got Nathan McKinnon at 8. He's insanely well-rounded, great shooter. He's really great skater. He does everything really well that you would want. In my opinion, he is the second best player in the NHL.
Yeah, and for me, Giannis at 7, I think he's better than SGA. I just think that like I don't think there's a world where SGA is just a better basketball player. I think like he's in a better situation right now. I mean, I really hope Giannis asks out over the next year because the Bucks are done. It's over for them.
I have SGA at 7. I just think he had a better season. I prefer him to Giannis right now. I mean, he just won a title. Like, you can't really argue against that. Like,
I mean,
he's not Jokic, but he's a really good player. And right now, I prefer him to Giannis.
I think if you remove the record, Giannis has a better year. Like, and I don't think the Bucks was even that bad. Like, I think it was all narrative really that uh Giannis and Jokic have been around the block. They want to market SGA, and that's why he's the MVP. Like, he did not deserve that
I
MVP.
agree he didn't deserve
I
it.
even have
He
him
deserved
second.
it. He deserved to be the runner-up.
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
that's
I view it as like a team effort in some cases where like I don't value record. As long as you're a top like 4 seed, I don't think or 5 seed, whatever, I don't think record matters that much. I think at that point your team's good enough to where it's really a team. Like you
it,
can't
it's
expect
it's true. Like I can't argue against that. Like SGA's season is based on a team, but
yeah.
he's also was the star on a championship winning team. That's important.
Yeah, I know, but I think that like if SGA is playing with Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter Jr., he's not winning a championship. And
No,
that's
but
just
neither did Giannis.
exactly that's what I'm saying. And I think that like it's tough to judge like I understand success is very important and Giannis has had that success when he's had a real team around him. And there's been playoff failures in Giannis' past, like what got Budenholzer fired, losing to the Heat. But I think that like the organization kind of messed him up a little bit here, and I think that he's just a better basketball player than SGA.
Well, we could go back and forth about this for a
Mhm.
while, but
Yeah.
it's just an agree to disagree. My number 6 is Josh Allen,
Okay.
and my number 5 is Shohei Ohtani.
Okay. So my number 6 is Saquon Barkley, and my number 5 is Shohei Ohtani. I think it's the first
Okay,
time
the
we said
first
that.
one we've agreed on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Josh Allen at number 6. Josh Allen has a winning record in the playoffs, and Lamar Jackson has a losing
Yeah.
record in the playoffs.
I
That's
I, I
that's
agree with
so
that.
important to me.
I think it's important, except the fact that Josh Allen hasn't made it to Super Bowl. Josh Allen hasn't won
Neither has Lamar, and
I know.
Lamar had the best situation of his life around him last year.
Yes, I agree with that.
And
Better
Allen
than Josh
had the
Allen does.
worst situation of his prime around him.
Uh, yeah,
His number one
that's a
wide receiver was
reasonable.
Khalil Shakir. He didn't have that
Yeah, no,
with Dick.
that's a reasonable argument to make.
And Allen carried that team to the AFC Championship, beating Lamar's best team of his career.
Hmm.
Allen's better.
Yeah, I know. I have a tough time with that just because I view it as like my personal preference is that I think regular season is really important for this. And I think when it comes to playoffs, if you don't win or make it to the finals, you deserve almost zero credit. Like I don't see that as a really an accomplishment. Like it's great you beat Lamar in the divisional round with I mean Mark Andrews dropped a like if Mark Andrews doesn't
Game
drop that ball,
tying,
who knows
yeah.
what happens? It wasn't really Lamar's fault.
Lamar
And
also had turnovers that game. Allen did.
yes, he wasn't perfect, neither was Allen, but like in the end of the day, it wasn't really Lamar's mistake that cost him the game. It was Mark Andrews' hands that did. And I think that while Lamar had a better supporting cast this year, he just played better. Like I don't know what to say.
What I will say is that Lamar Jackson had one of the greatest statistical seasons of all
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Josh Allen led a better team with less around him. I think he's the better player.
Yeah, I think I think what I
They're close. They're
value.
close.
Yeah, I think I value like if you are a significantly better, I mean, significant's a strong word, but if you're a better regular season player, and I think and like, and your statistics are better and everything's better, I think it's a little bit more important than making it to the conference championship versus the divisional round.
And that's where we disagree. So
Okay.
let's move on.
So
Shohei,
Shohei,
uh,
5.
obvious.
Yeah,
He's the MLB's unicorn. He is
we both
unbelievable.
have him as the second best baseball player, I would assume.
Yep. If he pitched, he'd be number one, but he hasn't. He's pitched
Yeah.
less than 10 innings this year. So,
Yeah, I think that he is right where he belongs. I
yep,
think that there's not much debate here. But I think we have one player from each sport in the top four.
it's true.
So we'll see where you put who you put where. Should we just do 4 through 2 and just leave one, or no, let's just do 3 and 4.
Let's just do three and four.
Okay.
Number four.
Let's do one at a time.
All right. Number four, Aaron Judge.
Sam,
Yep.
agree
Okay.
now.
I'm glad that we agree on that. I feel like of the four players in sports who we think are the best at their
Yeah.
sport, which are different
Yeah.
because you said Saquon Barkley and I haven't yet.
Oh wait, have you said Mahomes yet?
No, he's not on my list.
So you don't have Mahomes on your
No,
list?
not right now. Not this year. Mahomes dinked and dunked his way to a Super Bowl last year. Right now, he's not one of the 25
This is
best players
chocolate
in the
lacking
sport.
development. Wait, just do your 3 and 2. So I can just get I can just let's just do everyone but one, so we can just get to Mahomes. I mean, fine, fine. We'll wait. We'll
Okay,
wait.
number four, I have Aaron Judge.
I have Aaron
He's the
Judge as
best player
well.
in baseball, but the worst out of the best four at
Yeah, I
baseball.
agree with that.
Okay.
I think that he's awesome batting season. Gonna win an MVP. We'll see if he can do the same in the playoffs. Not much else there.
Yep.
Number 3, I have Connor
Connor
McDavid.
McDavid. Yep.
Okay. Best player in hockey
Best
by
player in
far.
hockey, not really
Yeah.
close. Carries the Oilers every single year. Insane playoff performer, just can't get it done. And that's why I have him below number two, Nikola Jokic.
I have Patrick Mahomes at number 2.
Okay. So
At
I think
number
we
1,
both know
I have
who the
Nikola Jokic. So you have Saquon
I have
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley as the number one player in all
I
of
think it
them.
is absolutely disgusting you left Patrick Mahomes off this list.
Patrick Mahomes last
He's the best
season
quarterback in the NFL.
is not Patrick Mahomes is the third best quarterback in the
He's the
NFL.
best quarterback
And
in
I
the
only
NFL.
included two quarterbacks on this list.
Fantasy points doesn't determine who's the
I'm
best.
not saying fantasy points. If fantasy points determined who's best, Jahmyr Gibbs would be number one on this list.
No.
Yeah, because he outscored Barkley.
I guess. Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is the best player in all of sports at this very moment. He just ran for 2,000 yards and was the centerpiece. Hurts won MVP, but
Mhm.
Barkley, without him, they do not win the Super Bowl. He was the
Yeah, I agree with
centerpiece on
that.
one of the most dominant teams of all time. And I know for Allen, the statistics weren't there, but for Barkley, the statistics were there. He's the best player in all sports right now.
Yeah, no, I put him at 6. I think that was the highest I could put someone who it's different in hockey, baseball, and basketball. But in I a little bit well, I mean baseball's not exactly the same, but in football, there's one position that's so much more important than the other ones. And I couldn't put someone the highest in their sport who doesn't play the most important position unless there's like an absurd skill gap. I just think that
There is.
I don't think so. Like I
Okay.
think that
Then why
I
didn't you
think
have Derrick Henry on the list? Because you have Mahomes closer to Allen than you do Saquon closer to
yeah,
Henry.
I know. Henry was my like one of my first people off. I think Derrick Henry had a phenomenal year. I don't think that he deserves to be on the list.
He
I mean,
did
I could
run for
see,
1,900 yards. I mean, I
yeah,
didn't have him either, but
I could see putting him at 25 over Steph. That's like a reasonable argument to me.
I could put him over Quinn Hughes. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's not crazy. I think that 25, I don't know about you, 25 by itself is a really tough spot for me. And I sort of
yeah,
just took a shot in the dark. But I, I I just don't. I think Patrick Mahomes is the best, like one of the best winners in sports. Like,
he is. But at what point is it not entirely him? This season, the Chiefs scraped by. He had tons of turnovers. He didn't throw that many touchdowns. He scraped his way to the Super Bowl, and I'm wondering right now, is it the Andy Reid system?
you can't scrape your way to a Super Bowl.
But
It's
he
not a
did.
thing you can do.
Patrick Mahomes is the third best quarterback in the NFL right now.
No, he's
I
not.
think the Chiefs system is more important than Patrick Mahomes right now. I'm
Patrick
not saying
Mahomes'
Patrick Mahomes is
supporting
a system
cast
quarterback
is not
because
even that much better. Patrick Mahomes' supporting cast isn't even that good. Rasheed Rice was
the
out all
system
year.
the system is better than
Name
the
who is
supporting cast.
of the
Also, the
wide
defense was
receivers
top
other
five.
than
The
Xavier
Chiefs defense
Worthy?
was top five.
Yeah, their defense was great. So was the Ravens and the Bills. They both had good
The Chiefs
defenses.
had better defenses than both of those teams.
Okay, name three Chiefs receivers who played the whole year.
Xavier Worthy,
Yeah, that
DeAndre Hopkins, and well, not Hollywood Brown, but
yeah,
wait, yeah, Hollywood Brown, yeah.
Hollywood Brown was out for most of the year.
He came back in like what, week 5? Like
I mean, I don't know about no, maybe not most of the year, but he was out for a portion of the
okay,
year.
fine. Justin Watson, it doesn't matter. They're open.
Like,
Oh, an open wide receiver can catch a ball. You know why they're open? Because of the scheme. Patrick Mahomes is an all-time incredible quarterback. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, one, even last year, I would have said he's number one. That last year, what I saw from Mahomes was not impressive. I saw a Chiefs team that was a well-oiled machine, and Mahomes was just the guy running it. Do I think that anybody else could run it? Maybe not. But
but I think that like you look at these situations and you're like, I don't know. Well, I mean, the quarterback argument, I think we have to do now, given our disagreements on this. But we're probably giving away maybe too much to make that a whole episode. But I value winning. Like that's
I
why
do
I think
too. Then why don't you
Jalen
have
Hurts
Jalen
is
Hurts on here? He's one of the most successful winning quarterbacks of all time right now.
because
His
Jalen
winning
Hurts
percentage is off
isn't
the
good enough
charts.
to be on here. Because Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL.
No,
Who
Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the
Josh
NFL
Allen can't make a Super Bowl. He can't beat Patrick
because
Mahomes.
his team isn't good.
Like, dude, these are just excuses for they literally changed the rules for Josh Allen. Every
If
time he goes back to Mahomes, they change the rules. They change the overtime rules. What does he have like the NFL like wants the Bills to beat the Chiefs at this point. They just can't do it.
okay, the rule change that it's funny because the rule change that you say won't work for Josh Allen actually helped give Patrick Mahomes a Super Bowl.
Yes, that is true. But they changed it for Josh Allen.
They didn't change it for Josh Allen.
They
They
changed
changed
it
it
for
because they
Josh Allen.
realized that Josh Allen brought the issue to center stage. Right now, I think if you gave the Bills Patrick Mahomes, he would have better stats, but they wouldn't be as good of a team.
I think they would probably make the Super Bowl. I
That
would
is ridiculous. If you switch Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, I think the Chiefs are in the game versus the Eagles. I don't think anyone was beating the Eagles on that run
I
last year.
mean, there's an argument for that, but like to what point like we have to like where do we value success versus situation like I feel like that's an argument to be had because Patrick Mahomes wins. Josh Allen doesn't. Lamar Jackson doesn't.
Okay, so
Like
who do you think is better, Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford?
Joe Burrow
Okay, so why?
because he's a more skilled player.
But Matthew, okay, that's what I'm saying about Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Matthew Stafford has a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has no
So Joe Burrow
individual
made
awards,
it
no
to a
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
It's true. But Josh Allen got so
Also, Matthew
close.
Stafford's old. Like he's past his prime.
So he just took it to the Eagles better than the Chiefs did with Mahomes. I'm not saying Mahomes is worse than Stafford. I'm just saying Josh Allen right now is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't think so. I think that like even if you make an argument that he's the best quarterback in the NFL, like the fact that you left him off the list entirely is astounding to me. Like he what his team he's the most important player on a Super Bowl team. He won the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, made it this year. Like what else? Like what does he have to like if he doesn't score the most fantasy points, doesn't mean he's not good.
I'm not saying he's not good. This list is the top of the top. And while I think Patrick Mahomes was the first guy I left off, it was him or Quinn Hughes. And I thought Quinn Hughes right now is an incredibly important player for the Vancouver Canucks. He's the second best defenseman in the NHL. Patrick Mahomes, I think he's great. I really do. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's a top 5 greatest quarterback of all time. Last year, he wasn't.
Yeah, but it's not just about last year or like I know I gave some recency bias to Cal Raleigh and PECA, but I think that like while Mahomes statistically didn't have the best year, he won one possession games more than anyone else
The
did.
Chiefs had a top 5 defense in the NFL last year.
He
This
was
is
he
not
was
for me to
on the
say that Patrick
field for
Mahomes isn't
winning
good.
most of those games. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like Josh and Lamar don't have a clutch gene. They don't have that killer instinct that Patrick Mahomes does.
Okay, a killer instinct that had him down 34 to nothing in the Super Bowl.
Bills weren't doing any bad or near where
The
the Rams.
Bills would have done better. You saw what the Rams did to the Eagles?
Yeah, I think it's that game. I think the Super Bowl led to a like adrenaline rush that the Eagles were never losing to anyone, and I think that it was just a bad like I think that like they lost badly, but like would tell me this if the Chiefs had lost that Super Bowl 40 to 34 instead of 40 to 22, what would your list have changed? Was it really just that one game?
No, it wasn't that one game. It was, for me, Josh Allen won MVP, carried a not that great team to the AFC Championship, and was basically one play from making the Super Bowl. And Patrick Mahomes, I think quarterbacks fluctuate so often. At the end of last year, I had Lamar number one. At the end of the year before, I had Mahomes number one. And this year, I have Allen number one. And the year before that, I probably had somebody else number one. It fluctuates so much with quarterbacks
Yeah.
for me. I I just think you have to give it to the person who was the best last year. And the closest, and Josh Allen was maybe the closest he had ever gotten to beating Patrick Mahomes last year.
He
I
still
just think he's the
lost.
best.
Still lost. Like he can't eat him. Like Mahomes has beaten Allen in like every playoff head-to-head matchup.
You just said regular season is important for Lamar.
Yeah, I know I did.
So
Because
then
it
why
is.
are Patrick Mahomes not objectively not good regular season? Why does that have him
Yeah,
above?
yeah, he didn't have a good regular season, but like I feel like you have to balance it to the point where like you can't just say that. Like I understand, but I'm saying that I said before that I think regular seasons matters. I don't think playoff success matters if you're not making it to a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, and I stand by that. I think winning or making it to a Super Bowl is the most important thing, and I think
Okay, so
Mahomes
who's
does
better
that.
all time, Josh Allen or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Josh Allen, I'm not.
Okay, so then that's not the most important thing.
Well, I mean, it is the most, not the only thing.
Who's better, Joe Flacco or Dan Marino?
Dan Marino,
Okay, so that's
again.
what I'm saying.
No, but I'm not saying like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like playoff success is the number one factor. It's not the only factor. It's not 100%, but like Mahomes wins. Like I don't know what the
Not
value of
last year.
winning.
Not last year. He didn't win. I think Mahomes has this might be an interesting thing to say, but Mahomes has a lot to prove next year.
I don't think that's necessarily wrong. I think that any team that gets loses the way he does at the end of the year always has a bit of a chip on their shoulder, I would say, going into next year. But this man has made three straight Super Bowls, won two of them. I don't think it's prevalent that he throws 40 touchdowns with
I
his
don't
team.
think it is either. Josh Allen didn't
Jalen
throw
Hurts
40
doesn't need to
touchdowns
do
this year
that to win games, and he's still a great quarterback. Like he does what's needed of him, and they always win. Other than obviously the Super
because
Bowl.
the Eagles have an incredible team.
Yeah,
The Chiefs have an incredible team. The Bills do not have an incredible
the
team
Chiefs team
other
is
than Josh
not
Allen.
that incredible. Their defense is incredible. Their
It's true.
offense,
The
like
offense has one of the greatest offensive masterminds of all time calling the plays.
I
Do you
mean,
think Joe
yeah,
Brady is even comparable to Andy Reid? Not
no.
at all.
I think that like play calling and coaching can only do so much. I think that there's an argument to be made that like I don't see what's more important than the quarterback coaching whatever. But like the Kelsey's washed. Like
It's true.
it,
It's true.
like
But
pretty
washed
far off.
Kelsey is still better than 90% of tight ends in the NFL.
That might be a stretch. I mean,
Who's better than Kelsey right now?
Kittle.
Bowers, Kittle, McBride, Goddard. Who else?
I mean, it's probably tough after that. I don't know. I have to look at a list more closely. But like, what I'm saying is that I think that Allen certainly didn't have a great Bills team around him. It was a pretty average team. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, if I think if the Bills had any other quarterback, they are a wild card team.
I think if Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson is playing for the Bills, they probably do the exact same.
Okay, and that's where we disagree. I think it's close, but I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't see it. Like win a conference championship game. Like if you're really that great, win the game.
Winning is not everything. I think winning is extremely important, and that's why I have Jalen Hurts over Joe Burrow right now in my quarterback ranking. But also, it's not everything. Josh Allen carried in like a. I'm not gonna say the Bills are terrible because they're not. The defense was fine.
The defense is above average. It's not like top five, but they have a like probably what like the 12th best defense in the NFL,
I
give
mean,
or take.
yeah. Would you rather have take Mahomes and Allen off
Yeah.
of the Chiefs and Bills? Would you rather have the Chiefs or the Bills? I would rather have the Chiefs easily, not even close.
I think it's closer than you're giving it credit
I
for.
don't think it's even close. I think it, other than the Philadelphia Eagles and possibly the Lions and maybe the Ravens, the Chiefs are the best team or the best like team apart from
Like like
quarterback
like roster, you mean?
roster and remove quarterback. Surrounding the quarterback, the number one team in the league is the Eagles. Remove the quarterback, the
Yeah.
number two team in the league is the Ravens. Removing the quarterback, the number three team in the league, I think is the Chiefs.
I think it's the Lions, first off. I mean, I think the Lions have a better off like supporting cast on
The
offense.
Lions' defense is horrible.
I know it's so bad. I mean, I don't know. It's tough, especially the Lions' defense wasn't healthy by the end of the year, which made it so much worse. But I just can't fault a guy who beats his opponents at every opportunity. Like what else do you want him to do? Like winning a win is a win.
What I want him to do is, I mean, I can't say do it somewhere else because he's never going to be able to do
No.
it somewhere else. But I want to see him do is not rely on these horrible like how many games did they win off of pure luck last year? A lot. It was a lot.
Off the top of my head, I can only think of one, but
The PI call with the Bengals, the
I
PI
don't
call
know. That's not luck. Like it was PI.
no.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's a borderline goal, but it's not luck. Like that gets called sometimes. It goes uncalled sometimes. Like it's sort of like the
Okay,
breaks of the game.
like something
The
that is
the
too
rate that
close.
Raiders win was luck. I'll give you that.
Yeah. The
But
Broncos win, not quite luck because it was a blocked kick. That
yeah,
they did that, but that is something that's too close for me to be confident in him being a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
yes, I agree that his regular season performance left a lot to be desired, and it wasn't
His
like really like
playoff performance as just a Patrick Mahomes, not as a Chiefs team, also left a lot to be desired.
I don't know. I mean, if you're winning games, like I don't think like the solution is let's just see hey, throw more touchdowns next year and you'll be number one again.
No,
Like
I
I don't
don't
think
think
that's
that's true. I think he has to win in ways that are, let's remove the word luck. I misspoke
yeah,
with
no, it's the NFL.
being
There's no luck.
bailed out by other aspects of the team.
I don't really think like, I don't know. There were some questionable referee calls this year that they tend to go his way more than they don't. But I don't know. I think that it's just like you win game like there is something of a like system to it. I agree with
Yes.
that. I think that like Andy Reid is like probably the second or third best coach of all time.
You place an above average or even average quarterback. You place Geno Smith in the Chiefs offense, they're making the playoffs. They're not going 15 and 2, 16 and 2.
No, but they're a like
But
they're like a seven seed.
yeah, but they're still making the playoffs with a if you put any other quarterback other than
Put Geno Smith on the Bills, they're probably like 8 and 9.
they're
Yeah, they're 8 and 9.
I think they're worse.
They have a good
Well,
coaching staff.
let's move on from Mahomes and Allen because I would like to talk about Mahomes versus Saquon because I have Saquon at number one. I think Saquon is
Oh, well, it's pretty simple for me. I can't. I think that quarterbacks are so much more important than running backs. I think Saquon's the best running back and the best player on the best team. But I think that even though we disagree on the best quarterback, I think the best quarterback should be above the best running back.
no. I think the most impactful player last season in the NFL was Saquon Barkley. No matter which way you look at it, he he may not have won the Super Bowl for the Eagles, but he got them there.
I think like to what point do you think like what a running back? What's the worst running back you think the Eagles would win the Super Bowl with without like you replace Saquon with blank running back?
I have no idea because Saquon was just miles above anyone else. What other running back takes that play to the house against the Rams in the snow? I don't know.
Uh, like maybe Derrick Henry, but that's it.
He's not faster than Saquon.
No, I think Saquon's the best running back in the league. I think he's the best offensive player in the league, other
I
than a
think he's the best
quarterback.
player in the league.
But I think the NFL is so tough to judge that. I just prefer I won't give it to a running back over a quarterback unless it's crazy. Like like if we did like obviously I put Saquon above Allen and Lamar. I just think that like the best quarterback, like, the most important, the best player in the NFL is almost always going to be a quarterback. I
I
think
think
that's
the best player in the NFL does not have to be a quarterback. I
doesn't
think
have to be, but I
in
think that
any other year, it probably would be. But Saquon was just so unbelievably good this year.
yeah. But I don't really like no. I value quarterbacks more. I think it's such like a there's so much more that goes in being a quarterback than goes to being into a running back.
Impact, yes. I don't think. Well, even impact in most years, yes. I don't think any player was more impactful than Saquon Barkley this
I
year.
think it's mostly a difference of opinion here. But
Yep. I mean that's all
then
it is. We
my
argued about
number
Patrick
one,
Mahomes versus Josh
I
Allen for like 30 minutes. So.
yeah, my number one was Jokic. I think he's just the best player in the
I have
sport.
him too, so I completely understand. I
Yeah.
went back and forth for a while with him versus McDavid, but I think
Yeah.
he got it done and McDavid didn't. So,
Yeah, as a ring, I think his supporting cast is sneakily like really bad. Like way like McDavid has Leon Draisaitl, I know.
yep, he
While he has
does.
Stuart Skinner as his goalie, which is a negative, but
Yeah, yeah.
um
You're like, oh, McDavid's such a great supporting cast. He's got Stu in the net.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jokic is just better than everyone else. I don't think it's particularly close.
Yeah, that's why I have him too. He's unreal.
He's doing like if he was on like the Thunder, and let's take Shea off the Thunder, or whatever it is, let's give him like a really like an actual good supporting cast. He's probably the GOAT. Like I'm being honest here. If he wins 4 rings, is he the
Yeah,
greatest basketball player of all
yeah.
time?
If Jokic had Kobe Bryant's mentality, he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
I think if even if Jokic just like like didn't have, I guess now it's Cameron Johnson, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray. Like nothing against those guys, but if he had like I don't know good players in those positions, like Jamal Murray's not that good. He's been overrated
He's
for a
fine.
while.
He's a solid player.
But like before this year, their two max contract players, other than Jokic, were Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, are arguably two of the worst max contracts in the NBA, other than like Beal and George, which to whole different story there. But yeah, I don't know. I think that he is like the fact that he almost beat the Thunder is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest single player performances ever.
Where would you rank him all time? This will be the last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. But where would you rank Jokic all time? I think
Now,
he's borderline top 15.
I think he's around that point. Like, I think you're at the argument where he's nearing guys like Moses Malone. I think that like his statistical performance is unlike anything we've seen since Wilt. I mean, like is there a point at some point where I guess he doesn't really get enough steals or anything like that to put up a quadruple double, but if anyone could do it, it'd probably be him. But like he's basically gonna average a 30-point triple double probably the next like 5 years. He never really gets hurt. I don't know what you gotta say. Like there's nothing negative to say about him. He should have what f 5 MVPs in a row at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Embiid didn't deserve it. Shea didn't deserve it.
I don't know about that. Embiid probably deserved it.
He didn't do, I think he should have won it the year before. I think they gave it. I think the reason they gave it to him because they didn't give him the year before, but he probably was a little bit better. And like like easily, if voter fatigue didn't exist, you said player A versus player B, he probably has 5 MVPs, maybe 4, 5 in a row, maybe, which is absolutely absurd to me.
Wayne Gretzky scoffs at that. He had 9 in a row.
Yeah, a good thing they know voter fatigue in the NHL. I mean, there's a shot that Jokic finishes like top two in MVP voting for like 10 straight years. Like that could reasonably happen.
The last thing I'll say, and then I gotta go because I'm heading to the Jersey Shore Blue Claws game. If a second ring for Jokic will do incredible things to NBA discussion.
Yeah, then you're talking about like Hakeem.
Yep.
He's right there.
All right. I
That's
guess we'll
it.
have to see. Yeah.
That's it for episode 4 of
Or yeah.
Trust the Podcast. I'm Noah. That's Jonah. He has bad takes. I have good takes, and that's it for the
Nuh-uh.
episode.